Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Sarthak Show, where we discuss about tech, career, product, and life. And we are in our MySQL playlist series. In the previous lectures, we understood about querying the data into the depth, and we were last understanding the clause group by. Um, in this lecture, we are going to understand about the clause having. So having is a clause which is a representative, or I would say, uh, used as used with group by as a similar scenario with what you use here. So when you let's say select star from table this, where let's say score is greater than this, you use this clause where, right? But you cannot use it directly while using group by. You cannot use it with the groups at least. I will show you how you can use it, but for the sake of simplicity, you have to use clause having with similar understanding with group by. This is very important. Let's say you want to look at group all. Let's say again from our Uber example, you want to see Uber go and group by all the cities, average their, let's say, revenue generated. But now you want to also see that having maybe status as tier 2, or maybe having minimum kilometers minimum having kilometers greater than, let's say, 500. So something like that, you can use all of these things with this clause, and this is how it's function. So let me give you an example and understand that. But before start, let me give you a syntax first. So what you have to write is basically select. That's the standard. Now you have to mention the column name, right? uh Obviously from which table. So from table name. So what you have ideally would have written is from table name where clause, but instead of that you are using, since group by, we are moving towards having clause. So group by, again a column name. It could be same or different column depending on that. Maybe I should write multiple columns over here so you can mention aggregate functions as well. So I will write aggregate, aggregate functions, right? And you can also use now having as a conditional. So having is this clause where you just have to mention the having, and now you have to just mention the condition around it. So what should, it is again the same kind of condition what you would have mentioned with where as a clause. So I'm just writing conditions, right? This is how it works. See, again, you can do that, all that order by and everything over here, but this is how it functions primarily, and that's the main use case of this. Let me just give you a quick example around it, and you will understand better. So, how our table look like right now is that select star from, based on previous lectures, is students too. So this is our this is our table, and let's use the having clause. So I want to get the name and let's say average score against it, but having average score greater than 70. That's the criteria that I'm going to use. So let me quickly write the query. So select name. Obviously, I want to also check the average score. From students to, right? I want to check this number, but I want to group it by, again, the name, group by name, and I want to say that average score should be greater than 70. So having score, oh, so I want to use average score, but let's use that over here. So average score, let me give this as an alias over here, so it would be better in that case. Or I should show that Right. I should only consider. I want to consider only the score of the people who are above 70. So I'm writing the same query. Just the thing is different. I want to only consider with the score 70, right? So score greater than 70, right? See, uh, unknown column score and having clause. So unknown clause. Why? So I cannot use this. Let me. Uh, Oh, acha, I cannot do this because I want to group it by name and I cannot use this as a column. So if I want to uh, group it against some column, I will have to use that column itself. So I cannot do this for now. So what I can do is can check for yes, I should rather write this. The same query, I will give this as an alias and then I will use this as right as average. I will give this an alias and now I will mention average because I'm not using this column. Again, this is an example of what I mentioned in the last lecture. You cannot use this column. So average should be 70, right? This is how it's going. So it's only showing Sanket and JD. So this is how it works. You have to use this having clause with the condition with this only. So I wanted to see the names and the average score of the people only where the average score was greater than 70, right? That was the condition that I used. Let me give you another example that will give you more clarity over here. So where should we group it by again? We can group it by again marital status and we can see the count and okay, so select marital status. So since I know already that 5 and 3 were the count previously, I can leverage that against here. So I'm going to use count star. Now let me show you as I'm going to use this as let's say I'm going to call it no number. Okay, I'm call it as number. Let me just call it count itself. Count as count. Number would be better. Number. And then I want to use it from the table name students 2. Group by again. Group by marital status. Status. Having. My bad. Having. Now I want to keep the count above than this. The number. Now let me show you this number. Very specifically look over here. I'm keeping it greater than 2 just to show both of the entries and then I will manipulate it again. So I see both of the entries over here made single 3 and 5. Let me just make it 3. I am now getting it greater. I am only seeing it 5. So yeah, that's how it works and functions. Now as well where you can use the where clause as well, but these makes directly where this could work. So that's how it functions. I can also show you an example over here. One again, I'm keeping it slightly different. So select marital status, marital status, comma, average of score against it. So average of score, and I'm calling it as average. Okay, average. I'm calling it as average. Okay, from table students to group by marital status, having let's say I just want to check that marital status should be, let's say, married. So let me do that. So having marital status, status equal to, what should I write? Married. So married. Okay, so I got the marital status married and the average score against it, right? But now let me rewrite this query without using the having clause and instead use the where clause. So what I would write is again the same things, but instead of having, I'm going to use the where clause. So I'm not going to use the having clause. Okay, rather over here I'm going to show and write, so where marital status, think I wrote a miswrote a status, marital status equal to married. Okay, again the same number, same everything, where, but I use the where clause instead of the having clause. This is how it works. This is how you have to use it. Let me just put all this as a sample command over here, and that will give you more clarity. So sample command, and you can try this at your desk. What are the sample commands that we have used so far? So we wanted to check the average score. Okay, that we did. What next? We did it. So we tried doing this with the average number as well. Okay, let me just give an extra enter over here so that you can understand better. With 3, now you gave it with 5 to just get an empty set. Okay, what next? You get the same query and the substitute query with using where. So let me just write it over here and put it as comment. So same query as above without using where instead of having. Class. Okay, this is the comment that I want to mention very specifically over here. So having clause, same output. Generally, having is used with group by because it makes it easier, and most of the things that you want to achieve are fairly easy to do while using having instead of using where. So I would recommend that while using a group by clause, you should use having if you want to put some conditions and check the data accordingly. I hope you understand the having clause and understand the use it with the group by. We'll go one step further in the next set of videos and understand more examples and more things about this. I will put the code in the GitHub link, which is link in the description box below. You can check that out, and you will find all my cheat sheet and codes over there. Mention the comments below what do you want to understand next in MySQL, and if you have any doubts, if you want some clarity. And also share this video among your friends.